see if there's any place to get them legitimately. Instead of on Etsy.
I know that Dragon's Den thing that was at the mall that has all the anime merch had a Monokuma backpack at one point.
Yeah, we can definitely look there. That's 100% not legit though.
I
assure you.
I know.
That.
I just remember seeing it before Brandon had played it, and I was like, I know what that's a reference to. I'm going to make you play it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, those should both be the same file, either one.
Okay.
Also, opening that, I was slightly impressed because that one that's next to your file, that's the amount of times you've died, so you've only died once.
Nice. I'm sure I'm going to increase that number.
Me being the unintentional asshole that I was the last time that I had somebody play this for the first time, I was like, I don't know what that number is. It's always been 0 next to mine, and then I looked it up and I'm like, oh. Oops. I knew that was there. Let's plug this out. I'm going to try to have a desperate attempt to get it all the way across here. Hey, it actually reached. I'm impressed.
Okay.
Right, so we are headed to the Forest Temple, which is back in your hometown.
Yeah, I have no
and I
idea
almost
where
said
I am.
Skyloft because I had Skyward Sword on the brain, and I'm like, that's not right.
Yeah, I also have Skyward Sword on the brain, and I was like, oh, I can do a spin jump. Shakes.
Yeah, Shake's GameCube
controller.
Yeah, that'll work fantastically. Yeah, so on the map, that's on the right, that little exit that kind of goes out to the side on the map.
Yes, that one.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to move the TV slightly because I'm assuming there's still glare right around in here.
Not much, but... Well...
What did that do?
I don't know, but now the screen's black.
Nice.
I can still see it over here at least.
What if I move it back? Hey!
And that worked.
God, thank God Brandon's giving me his old TV. And it probably won't weigh 10 times the amount that this one does. Good Lord Almighty.
Okay.
So, it will look completely the same on...
Oh, no.
Yeah, you should probably get away from it.
Okay.
Yeah, the C buttons are still your items.
I don't remember any of the controls. I'm trying to...
Also, you get... I know, like, it should be very quiet on your end. I might turn up the game audio slightly.
This is not the right way.
Yeah, you need to go to the right. You're the yellow arrow on the map.
Yeah, I just got a little turned around.
Also, I did check to make sure as well, for the record, every time that you want to travel around Hyrule Field, it's a little bit late now because you're pretty much already there. We did get Epona, so you do have Epona available. You can move faster.
How do I do that?
You play Epona's song on the Ocarina, and then she'll come to you.
Yes.
And all the songs are on your menu, so... Or you can
Alright.
just ask me to recite them for you.
Okay.
I would say that, but I screwed one up earlier, because remember how I said... Oh, there's Epona, speaking of which.
Oh,
Remember
hi.
how I said I was much more of a Majora's Mask person, and Sherwood was more of the Ocarina of Time person?
Mm-hmm.
So Majora's Mask, you obviously get the Ocarina as well, and you get the Song of Time as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the game runs on a 3-day cycle, as you've seen me play before. And if you play the song backwards, it slows time down. So I played it wrong. I played it backwards like 5 different times, going like, why is this not working? Why is the Song of Time not working? Because I was just so ingrained that I was listening to it. And I had heard it so often, it still sounded correct, because I've heard the Song of Inverted Time so many times that I kept messing it up.
Oh no.
That is still your bomb. That's not going to change unless you change it yourself.
I know, I'm trying to remember what all my stupid items are.
Yeah, R is your shield, B is your sword, A is to roll or do whatever the little blue button thing says. It says attack, but it's roll in this case while you're moving. You can hold down the R button to target somebody if you need to target an enemy specifically. Jumping across or up on top of things, if you can, is just done automatically by holding forward.
I guess I'm just not getting that.
Oh, you don't need it. You're probably full anyway.
Probably.
You can hit start to open up your menu, which will show you all your items and all your progress if you need to take a look at it.
Okay.
So that's your map, which is pretty standard. It's a map. What do you expect? Again, those are all your songs on that first row of songs. The later ones will unlock, one of them which we're going to get like within the next 5 minutes. The 19 is your gold sculptulas. The little yellow thing is your medallions. You get the light one just by going into the adult section. You've already gotten all the spiritual stones from playing as a kid. That is all your weapon equipment, which is stuff like your slingshot ammo for your slingshot, which you can't use because you're an adult, the Goron bracelet, your bomb bag, your silver scale for being able to dive in the water, your tunics, your boots, your shields, your swords. You're usually not on that menu for very long. And then last but not least, your items. If it's grayed out, that means you can't use it because you're an adult.
Right.
That's the reason why. So you've got Deku Nuts, bombs, bomb chews, the hook shot, the ocarina, some bottles, and a couple spells as well. And that's it.
Okay.
So where you need to head to is pretty much directly across from where you are. You're going to exit to the north. And you'll just hop up there and then take the little pathway up. You're headed back to the Sacred Forest Meadow, which is the little maze that you have to go through towards the beginning of the game to get Saria's song initially. It won't matter since I'm guiding you, but if by some miracle there's somebody watching this either now or on YouTube that has not played this game, which I would be shocked by, if you leave this game and come back to it after a while and you've forgotten where you need to go, usually your best bet is to either wait for Navi to talk to you. Yeah, you're going to want to go there, and then left, and then right. Or you can play Saria's song and talk to Saria, and both of them will kind of give you hints towards where you're supposed to go. Another right. Or sorry, left. I forgot, I gave you 2 commands, not 1. Straight. And then left and right. And I'll take you to Sacred Forest Meadow. Also, there will be enemies in this maze, so be careful.
Fantastic.
I could have sworn we went through this already, but we would have had the song that would have proved we would have gotten through here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, enemies
I'm not
in here.
sure why I was shocked. Okay.
Yeah, you just move. You don't hit A.
Turn around.
You can't hit A this one fast enough.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait for him to turn around. So basically, these guys are completely indestructible from the front, but you can hit them from behind. Getting up close to them will make them turn around, so usually the best way to do it is by using the hook shot.
Is there any way that I can recenter the camera?
L. But you have to get out of that menu.
Oh shit.
Like I said, you can't get close to them, so the sword is not recommended.
The hook shot. You're
Yes.
right, you're right. Yes. Okay. No. Okay.
Yeah, thankfully you can just wait there. There is no stamina meter. This is not Breath of the Wild or Wind Waker. I will say I found it very ironic that the first game that gave Link a stamina meter while he was in the water is the game that's like 90% water. Which version of Link can't swim forever? Oh, just the one that's grown up on an island for his entire life. No big deal. So one of the other things they'll tell you is if you hold down L, you can kind of strafe. Which would make it easier to see around the corners,
Jesus.
so that wouldn't happen.
Makes sense.
And he's walking away. Nope,
Oh
not there.
no. I don't know why I couldn't turn.
It's because you have to go like at a 90-degree angle to his whichever way he's looking. It is very much old-style tank controls. You're good. He's walking away right now. You have to get like really, really close to him or make a lot of noise for him to actually turn around before his before the time comes for him to turn around proper.
I'm gonna press it. It's about to turn around. I'm gonna be right here.
You can also bait him too by standing out there and then he'll run towards you. You can just go back in that little cubby hole because he's on a fixed course. There you go. I just gotta wait for him to turn around. It saves a little bit of time by doing that. think in it wasn't the player's guide. There was some additional guide that like featured all the enemies in the game. That mentions that they actually have like really poor eyesight and really small brains, which is why they don't turn the corners.
Oh, that was too close.
You can't get close to him.
You never said that I'd be playing this well.
Nope. Which is why I'm curious to see how you'll do with the boss of the Forest Temple, because like I said when last we met, I consider him to be the hardest boss in the game. Though to be fair, half of the reason I consider him to be the hardest boss in the game is because the arena's too small. If the arena had been like even 25% bigger, it would help substantially. But it's not, so it creates a problem. Yeah, you're good. He's not going to be on that small section. He'll be over here. You should be able to walk out slightly and get him now. Right in the ass.
His butt.
Just like that time in Season 1 of Walking Dead where Daryl shot that guy in the ass with an arrow.
He deserved it.
Well, yeah, he kidnapped,
Oh my God.
kidnapped Glenn. He absolutely deserved it.
Okay, so if he's looking over there, then I guess I can't go around. Never mind then. So I have to think quickly.
You can go to the left or the right in this section. Either one. They both lead to the end. It's just a square.
Can I outrun the dude?
No, but he'll push you to the left or right, whichever direction he knocks you towards. He probably went down that hallway if I had to guess. Yep, there he is.
Ah,
Still can't do that.
that was still too close. Rats. This is going poorly. I don't appreciate the tone of voice he is taking with me. See, and now he's too low. Oh.
Nope.
I was just aiming poorly, apparently.
Yep, and that's all it was.
Into the watcher I go.
It lets you get back across the maze without having to do all that.
Oh, nice. So there's not any like healing type items.
There is. Go back up. Remember how I said that was a square?
Yeah.
Hop into the center. Like where that ladder is, hop down there. There should be a hole.
Excuse me. Nice.
You don't need any fairies in a bottle, but you can still use them here to get your life back to full. Because you already got full bottles.
Excellent. I've been playing too much Mario Galaxy. I want to jump.
You're like, where's the pointer? It's not working.
You gotta press A and then shake the stupid Switch controller to.
Alright, let's see how you handle this guy.
Poorly.
You did it. You're a woman of your word. So the way he works is basically you have to run in a zigzag pattern. Like he can drop the club and create that shockwave either in the left, the right, or the center.
So serpentine, serpentine, serpentine.
But not too quickly. Like he'll track you basically. So if you stay on the left, he'll swing to the left. So then you just move to the right. Yeah.
Ouch. That's rude. I made it all the way over there. How do I not get hit?
You just don't hit the club because the club will damage you and send you back too.
I got that. And that's why the fairy fountain is there.
There you go.
I don't
I was gonna say you can kill him, but he's just gonna drop rupees. He'll either drop 15 and set 3 sets of 5, or 20 in 1 red. You have to hit him with the sword, but he won't turn around. Which seems weird, but yeah, he won't turn around. I don't know why.
It was hard enough getting past him the first time.
Like I said, I played this game a lot. There's a reason that one year when I was bored in science class, I did a text walkthrough up to and including the compass and turning directions for the game in class.
Wow.
Yeah. It took me about 7 weeks.
Good lord.
Well, because it doesn't seem like much to navigate through that, but think about all the times you're like, okay, now you have to turn in this direction, but you have to watch for this. So
yeah.
It's almost like doing one of those text adventures, like the old text adventures, where you're like, go up, go to the left, go to the right. You can't go this way. Go back to the left.
A thing that doesn't change with time is a memory of younger days. Joke's
Okay.
on you, I got a terrible long-term memory.
I was gonna say, think again, man.
Play the Minuet of the Forest.
The one that I always got confused with the Serenade of Water in my first playthrough.
I love how Link always looks just dumbfounded that he's learned something new.
Either that or he just took a hit of acid and was like, what is this?
Right?
So what that does is that little gray, or that large gray pad that's right there, if you ever play the Minuet of Forest, it will warp you there.
Nice.
So
Good for
every time you get a
finding
song like that, it's basically like, this is a fast way to warp back to the dungeon if you need to.
Nice.
And all of the, well, almost all of them serve for that purpose. So with that, you're ready to head to the Forest Temple. So obviously there's no staircase, but you do have a hook shot, and there is a tree branch. Also, you're giving the hook shot way too much credit. It probably cannot reach that distance from here.
Let's try this again.
I remember you actually have to be relatively close to it just because of the height difference.
I missed.
Yep, you did.
What do you mean you missed? I was right there. Alright.
Also, hilariously enough, you can get on that branch, and if you jump down and enter the Forest Temple like that, you'll just fall straight through the floor. Like,
Perfect.
It'll still let you enter normally, but it's basically like the idea of the N64 and how it renders things.
Straight to hell.
Alright, let's see. Can you take on the Wolfos? You actually do need to beat them.
Oh man.
We don't have to beat them, but like it helps a lot. Usually the best way to get these guys is to jump attack the tail. We'll get them out in one hit.
I remember how to jump attack.
Hold down the L button to target them, and then you just hit A while not moving. There you go.
Nice.
So, I debated long and hard on how I was going to help you get through the temples, because the temples in the adult section are way harder than the kid dungeons are. Like, by a landslide, they're way harder.
And I struggled with the kid ones.
Yeah. Also, in case you were curious, on a normal playthrough, remember how I turned the brightness on my TV up to 90%? This is why. I had it on 50 earlier and I could barely see anything.
Oh my gosh.
Because, you know, it's like inside of a forest, so it's very dark. So,
Also, if it's just all different shades of green, I'm gonna have a really bad time seeing anything.
that's true. So the big difference in the adult dungeon that was not in the kid dungeon is there's now 2 different types of keys. There are just like the normal keys you have to use to unlock doors, and then there's also the boss key, which you need to enter the boss's room.
Mm-hmm.
So each time that you get to a room where there is a key, I will let you know, and I will also let you know if you can get to it at that point, because sometimes you can't. And for this opening room, There is a key, and you can get to it right now. A spider.
I don't like the spider.
He's a gold skulltula. He won't go after you. He'll just hang out there on the wall.
Oh, good. Oh, do I need to go get the gold skulltula?
Yeah. So now that you've got the hook shot, if you remember how you could grab the tokens with the boomerang, you can do the same thing with the hook shot. So you can kill him with the hook shot by targeting him and hitting with it. I think it's a one shot. I'm pretty sure it's a one shot. And then when the token appears, you can target the token and grab it that way.
Nice.
Which you will have to do if you're going for all the tokens for a very good chunk of them.
Okay. 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 What do we got here? Do we need to get over there?
Yes.
So I went the wrong way.
No, you went the right way.
Oh god.
That was the wrong way, though.
Is it? Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Ouch.
So as you're reclimbing this, the big thing to know about this temple, at least in terms of how you're going to get through it, is before unlocking any doors, you're going to get 3 keys. And then after you get those 3 keys, you're pretty much going to use them all right in a row. And that will enable you to pick up 2 more keys. In addition to, I believe, the boss key as well at that point. And if you can get to that point, you're pretty much good.
Jumping. How do I make him not jump?
You just move slower. He automatically jumps when he gets to like something that he can jump towards or off of, if you're moving fast enough.
This is why
you also don't have to necessarily make that jump. If you can get close to the end of the tree branch, you can hookshot the chest and it will pull Link to the chest.
Oh, that's awesome. I remember one of my previous complaints about this game being that like, there's not an option where you get to elect to jump. It kind of just says, alright, you're jumping now.
Well, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait until Breath of the Wild to actually get the active decision to just jump whenever you want to.
Which is terrible. I mean, terrible.
I mean, it makes sense, though, like, when you think about it, though, because, like, would you want to be jumping around if you were weighted down by all the shit that he carries? Because he carries a lot of stuff.
On the one hand, that's fair, but on the other hand, Mario's got a tool belt on sometimes, and he'll jump everywhere. He's got all these mushrooms in his pocket, like...
Compared to, like, a sword, a shield, later on a hammer,
fair.
Like, yeah. Also, he was one of only 2 heavyweight characters in the original Smash Brothers, Donkey Kong being the other. Because as much as my brain likes to remind me otherwise, Bowser is not playable in Super Smash Bros. 64. He's not even in the game, actually.
Do I need to go farther?
Nope, that was all you needed here. Just the key.
Oh! Ugh. Ouch.
Oh well.
Should I go back and heal?
No, you should be fine. This is more of a puzzle dungeon than a damage dungeon. They're kind of categorized into. This is definitely more of a puzzle dungeon. I would say the only real damage dungeons are Shadow and Fire. Also, as a fair warning, if you ever come back into this room, that guy will still be there.
Okay.
Like, he respawns every time. Because I forget that all the damn time. And just, like, walk through and immediately get hit. The Poe Sisters. And off they go. Again, reminder, this is with 90% brightness on my TV. So at this point, you still need 2 more keys. You're going to want to just go straight north on this first one. I will warn people that don't want to have blind games being backseated. We have not played this since August?
A minimum of 6 months.
Yeah, it's been a while. Also, that was a good choice on hitting with the hook shot because you can't damage that guy until you get rid of his blue flame.
Oh, nice. That was totally
You can also hit him with Deku Nuts to do that, or you can hit him with your shield. If you just like walk into him while you're holding out your shield, it'll also knock it off.
Okay. Okay.
So you gotta fight these two dudes. Yeah, so the key here is pretty much just waiting for an opening. It takes 6 hits or 3 jump attacks to eliminate one.
Miss.
Yep, there's one.
Woo. Targeting is the L, right?
Yes, it is L.
I don't know what it's. Okay, now it starts.
See, the game refers to it as Z targeting, but that's because this is a port of the N64 version where it was the back of the back trigger. Oh, he like ninja'd over there. That was weird looking.
Oh, he's gonna kill me.
Nope, you're good.
Oh my god. With absolutely nothing to spare.
Yep. I think the pots in the back have fairies in them, so that should regen your health.
That would be spectacular. Please don't do that me. I'm aware.
I would just spin attack or pick him up and throw him. Yeah, there you go.
Come here.
Eat it. There you go. I think they both have fairies. That might be a ruby. Oh, just a heart, but still, that's...
I'll take the heart.
That's better than half a heart, which is what
Yeah.
you were at, so... Or you might have been at 3/4, I'm not sure.
3/4.
Alright, so that's key number 2.
Woohoo!
Alright, now to the third one, so you need to go back to that room where the torches were. The big mechanic for this puzzle is that all the Poes basically took the flames, and as you saw, it made that elevator go away. You need to get all the flames back in order to make the elevator reappear. Taking that elevator will take you to the penultimate room of the dungeon.
That's not what I tried to do.
I would just hit him with your sword. He's already down. Or ignore him, because you don't need to fight him either.
I'm just gonna.
Usually, for most stuff in a dungeon, unless I have to fight it, I typically bypass it, because I know I'm going to have to come back to the room later. Alright, so that was the one on the north side. So what you need to do now is go to slightly to your west/left. Yeah, there you go, to that blue block. So you'll start seeing these in the game as well. This is basically a Song of Time block. We've seen these once before when you were going through the windmill. If you play the Song of Time on your Ocarina, then you can get rid of this block. Which is right A down, right A down. Unless I got it wrong again. Hey, I got it right that time. Which is a lot better than me standing here like an idiot playing down A right like 10 times and going, what the hell's going on? Why isn't this working? It's that stupid Majora's Mask muscle memory. Here's an alliteration if ever there was one. Oh look, a giant one of those. Yeah, you can't kill it, you can only stun it with the hook shot. Typically with the hook shot, it will stun larger enemies and kill smaller enemies. So if it's a big enemy like this, it's probably not going to be able to kill it.
Disappointing.
You can just ignore that guy, he's not where you need to go. You're headed up, you need to look for vines on a wall. I'll baby a little bit less in this room.
Here's mine.
Okay, so there's another set somewhere. I'd actually forgotten about that set. That doesn't lead anywhere.
Ah, it's helpful. One day I'll remember the correct command on the first try.
One day. Also, there's more of them up there. I would have probably stopped and gotten at least one more. I don't think you can get the one that's on the left because it's up too high, but you can get the one on the right.
I can see that.
I mean, Link can see it. That's the important thing.
Yes, yeah.
Bad Piter. Get out of here. You can also use that on the vines itself, and it will grapple Link up there. So it's a slight time saver. You don't need to do it. You can obviously just go up the wall normally, but it would slightly cut down on time if you think climbing is incredibly slow.
Which it kind of is, but, you know.
It's worse than Twilight Princess, trust me. Oh, you do have to hold forward, though, so that he'll actually grab on. So the key to avoiding that spider is just whenever he's got you in his line of sight, just stop moving. And eventually he'll just turn away. If he turns purple, then just stop moving. You're just trying to get up to that little hole that's in the wall.
Go, 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 go. Oh, crap. I did not notice him turn purple.
Also, it's probably easier to get to that hole from the right because you have to like basically grab and pull yourself up. You can't enter that from the side. Just keep going. You're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Now time for a mini boss. It's literally just one of these. That's it.
Woo.
I don't know why they. Well, I kind of know why they locked the room, but
Okay.
I think it's pointless.
First of all,
I would just L target him and run into him with your shield up.
turn around. Thank you for finally targeting him. I would like to run into him now.
Yeah, just hit him a couple times with your sword. Ta-da! You have a 2D acorn!
Now it's a
Walnut. Well, technically it's a Deku Nut, so it's probably closer to a walnut than it is an acorn, but it still looked funny.
love it squished. That's okay.
And that will give you, unsurprisingly, not the dungeon item, it will give you the map. As somebody who plays this game a lot, I get to know this because it is typically like, okay, there's the chest, let's leave it there, I don't need it.
I've become so spoiled with Mario Galaxy because you can press A to make the dialogue faster.
Yeah, they changed that in the 3DS version, but in here, yeah, you just gotta sit through it. Alright, so before you go jumping off anything...
I was thinking about it.
Yep, I know.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, don't go back in the door either. There's a hookshot target. It should be a black and white target that's slightly to your left.
I see it.
You can just ignore that spider. I don't even know why he's there, because you can't even get to that location, I'm pretty sure. Or if you can, it's probably just to get to a gold skull if it's not anything important.
Spectacular.
You just gotta get closer. There you go.
Okay.
And there's a red switch, which I think is the only red switch in the game, and it's no different from a normal switch. I don't know why it's colored red. I have a feeling it was probably something that got changed last minute, like there's supposed to be a type of switch for that, and then they just forgot to take it out. Now you can jump off, yeah. So that lowered the water in the well, so you can enter the well from either direction.
This one?
Yep, either one. And that will take you to your last key. There's also some hearts down there, so if you lose a couple while falling, you can get them back, because there's no enemies down here.
Ouch. And I jumped right in the water. Back. Here we go. Perfect.
And at the end of this hallway, you get your third and final key for now.
Oh. And you can see the chest. Am I on the wrong side?
Yes, you are.
Because you can tell so easily.
Well, it's because the camera's facing it from the side. It actually has a lock on the front of it. On the side, you have to open.
All right.
So that is all of the keys. So now you need to head back to the room that's got the torches in it. And this is where the other section led to earlier.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah, same room.
What's up? Later.
Alright, so now you need to head to the entrance on from your direction, the right. That's straight, but sure. You're basically looking for a locked door now. And my leg is cramping up. So yeah, now's where you're going to start using the keys. Leg, please. So much pain.
Right.
Immense pain. Ah, fuck. Why?
I'll take that.
I was going to say, these guys are actually surprisingly pretty good, at least in this dungeon, for dropping hearts. You're sitting on my foot.
Come here. Oh god.
Bond with your shield.
Stop. Hey, can you actually?
Or you can just
target?
ignore him, because you don't need to fight him.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay, that's a dead end.
Spectacular.
Also, Easter has been interesting, Fuller Cape. Thank you for asking. It's been a day full of loud noises that have kept me up and lots of Drake and Josh memes. Namely of Josh dressed as a Roman soldier and goes, Drake, where's Jesus?
Yeah, I saw that one.
There's a good Ocarina of Time one that's really funny.
Okay, there are arrows pointed on the ground, except honestly they just look like triangles.
And that's kind of what an arrow is.
I'm gonna assume this is not where I need to go.
No, you need to push a block into that spot so you can get up higher and advance / progress.
So I probably need to go here.
You can also pull them too.
Is it gonna be faster to pull it?
No, but like you couldn't push it from there, you had to pull it. Also, interestingly enough, and you would never know this by playing the vanilla game because it never comes up, you actually cannot push these blocks unless you have the Goron bracelet. The Goron bracelet is grayed out on your screen because you technically don't use it as an adult, but if you've ever played a randomizer and tried to push one of these blocks and did not have the strength upgrade, you would just be standing there pushing it and nothing would happen.
Which means if you are at this point and you don't have it, then you're in trouble.
Yep, exactly. That happened to me multiple times while playing this game on a randomizer. Because again, that information is not important in the vanilla game at all. It never comes up. Because unless you're glitching, you have to have the Goron bracelet by this point, and you've had it for a while. You've had it before Dodongo's Cavern. And most people only think of it as the bracelet that lets you pick up the bomb flowers, and once you get the bombs, you don't need it anymore. Which, for that purpose, yes, is true. Predicament, I suggest you go back downstairs and see if you can get up here from a different way to be able to push that all the way. It's not that door back there, by the way. You'll loop around to that later. Okay, so you push it all the way on that side.
Oh my gosh. I guess I just hallucinated something. That's fine.
No, you didn't. It's just you can't access
Oh no!
it right
Oh no. Ouch.
now. Have fun going back up.
Oh.
I will say, after the puzzle gets solved, they mercifully take pity on you and do not reset the blocks after you leave the room.
Oh thank God.
Because, at least in terms of me playing this game, this room in particular tends to wear me down in terms of puzzles. And it's still, like, even going really fast, it probably only takes about 3 minutes, and I'm still like, ugh. So I'm glad they don't make you do it multiple times, because that would be awful.
Am I supposed to be pulling it?
You need to push it from here.
Oh.
And with that, you've solved the puzzle that I could not when I first played this game. When I was 6. Which really, I'm kind of impressed I made it this far, but I could not solve that puzzle. And you've reached the second locked door. You can just skip fighting those guys if you want to. You don't need to fight them.
I will probably do so.
I will say, in Majora's Mask, those dudes, way worse. They actually curse you, and it prevents you from using your sword for a while.
Oh, that's terrible. This corridor is all twisted. Thanks, man. I would not have been able to tell that by myself. Like, oh my God,
That
you're
was-
a lifesaver.
That was actually the first Zelda meme I ever saw, was that one in the Nicolas Cage, like, you don't say face.
God.
So, what that means is, you won't be able to see him, but if you walk into the room proper, you'll start getting a shadow that will appear around you. You can alternatively jump to that block and then jump across. But if you start seeing the shadow, just keep moving.
Oh, Jesus.
He disappeared. He'll disappear, like, whenever you're jumping or stuff like that. He can't get you in midair, thankfully. And with any luck, you'll never have to see it, because that is one of the more annoying enemies in the game. That is a wall master. Basically what it does is, in certain rooms, and Navi will actually tell you if you're glitching the game. Navi will actually tell you when there's one in the room, but they drop down, and if they grab you, they actually warp you back to the beginning of the dungeon.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. Not a fan of them. They also have counterparts, but the counterparts aren't nearly as bad. We'll see one of those later in the dungeon. Hey, look, another one of those guys. Also, I would not recommend falling down in that hole.
Okay, where am I? Hang on. Excuse me. Excuse me. So you're trying to tell me that if I go and walk on this,
You'll fall through, yes.
that he gets
Yep.
to do that.
He sure does. I would say this is like probably the actual mini-boss of this dungeon is this fight.
Oh, this ends poorly.
Nice.
Oh wait, let me get my heart.
Yeah, because you're probably going to want it.
Oh my God. Like this. And give me one more heart. Okay. This goes poorly.
I always found it odd that the other guy kind of just like leaves you alone while you're fighting the other one. You think he tried to sneak up behind you and get you, but no, they kind of just leave you alone. So close, but you have fairies.
Thank God.
Also, he's stuck in that animation, so if you swing immediately, you probably, yeah, get him.
Get him!
I love that you can do that, too. It's so funny. This one's a lot more aggressive than his brother. It's like a pencil war, both of which are too short to reach their opponent. Also, for you watching at home, no, that was not my capture card, that was not your stream. The game lags like crap whenever you kill one of those dudes. Probably because it's trying to render all the pieces falling separately, and the N64 can't really handle it that well.
Yeah.
But that's just a guess. Now you've got nuts.
Yay. I need more of those.
And the actual dungeon item. You'll get the compass in a little bit here.
I'm just gonna glitch through the hole.
The bow!
Ooh.
That's right, you don't have to wait until the sand ship and Skyward Sword to get it this time. You get it pretty early. Which was like a super big bummer. That was one of the things in Skyward Sword. I'm like, where's the bow? Like, come on. And of course, it was the last item they give you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite as broken as it was in Skyward Sword, but it's still pretty broken. On a scale of 1 to Seether, it's like a solid 7.5. Alright, so you want to enter the room with the blue carpet. Yeah, that one. The carpet color actually does matter. So now it is finally time to start hunting down those pesky ghosts. I would recommend not breaking those.
Okay.
Because you'll need them in a second, likely. So if you go up to the middle part of the staircase, which is right there, you've probably noticed the paintings on the wall of the pose, but whenever you get close and they disappear. This is how you get rid of them. You shoot them with a bow from afar. And that middle section is the best place to stand on.
Okay, and the way that I equip items to a particular...
You go to the subscreen and then you just press the C button of whatever you want it on, down, left, or right. And that's it. And this is there. You want to stand like actually on the middle platform and face the staircase. Because you will be able to see all three.
Like face that way?
Yeah, face towards the stairs. Like have your character face towards the stairs, hit
Okay.
L. Yeah, and then pull out the bow and arrow and you should be able to see all three portraits. Yeah, because there's one up there. So the one that's black doesn't do anything if you shoot at it. You need to shoot the one that's actually got the picture of the Poe in it. Because if you get too close, they'll just retreat to a different painting. So it won't do anything.
Oh, I missed.
Yeah, you can also hold down the arrows if you need to, like, aim. Like, if you put an arrow in and you're like, oh, that doesn't look like it's where I want it to go. So now he's on the lower one that's down there. Or, sorry, she is on the lower one. They're the Post sisters, so they're all female. And now he's in the middle one, and he can't run away from you because he's got nowhere to go. Sorry. And so, shoot her with an arrow. And that will cause her to appear. I can't remember the name of this one, but I don't keep track of them. And they'll go down to the bottom floor. Where you can go and fight them. Basically, in these fights, all you want to do is just hold up your shield and strike whenever they are visible and not spinning around with the fire attack. I'll have you fight this first one, and then I'll fight the second one just to show you a really good trick that I learned. And this was like, I didn't know this trick up until about a year and a half ago, and it helps a ton.
Wait, so do I want to hit him with the shield?
With the sword. Like, the shield is blocking their hits. But whenever she's not moving, like, she's not spinning around like that, and she's visible, that's when you want to hit her. There you go. And just rinse, lather, repeat it. You can also use arrows, but arrows are a consumable item, so I try not to waste them. And these guys aren't too particularly threatening up close, they're more just annoying. They thankfully always go by the same pattern. Whenever they're invisible and they're spinning at you, they'll turn visible now, and then they'll spin around, and then they'll turn invisible after they hit your shield. Then Then they'll spin again, and then we'll turn visible and just kind of rinse, lather, repeat.
Okay, come over here.
Yeah, they're not going to give you much of a window when they're visible and able to be hit. It's a pretty small window.
Come back over here. I don't like fighting on the stairs.
Then just shoot them with an arrow. Need one more hit, and then that should be game for this one. There you go. They always drop arrows, and then that will put the flame back in that torch, and it will also appear in the room that had all the torches as well.
Nice. So I want to get the arrows.
Yep, grab the bundle, and then go get the chest that's down there that appeared, which should be the compass. There are no other big chests outside the boss key, and it's yellow and blue. It's pretty hard to miss. It looks very different from the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you were fully colorblind, it has a very different pattern on the chest as well.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so now you want to go back through that door down there. If you went to the top of this room, if you went to the top of this room, you would just find out that the door is locked, so I'm going to save the hassle of going all the way back up there and all the way back down.
Now, this one?
Yep, and go through that one. So on this side, the reason the carpet's red is because the red Poe is in here, which is why I made a note of the carpet color. Because it actually does matter if you're trying to go
and did you want to fight?
Yes. So the bow and arrow trick is still largely the same. Shoot low. Speaking of shooting low. So one of the tricks that I had found, I'm trying to remember who I found this out from because it wasn't sure what, somebody did teach me about this though, is that when you're fighting these guys, if they're invisible, you can shoot down a Deku Nut and then they'll become visible. And you can just repeat this over and over until you either run out of Deku Nuts or kill them.
Interesting.
And it's way faster. The unfortunate problem with that is the fourth one is fought very differently, so you can pretty much only use that trick on the fourth one, or the third one rather. The third one's a very different fight. So that will give you one of the two keys that you need, but you want to keep backtracking for the time being.
Okay. So back to here.
Yep, go back through there. Oh, no, never mind. Did I have it? Yeah, I had it backwards. You need to go back through that door you just came in. I forgot you entered that room from the top, not the bottom. This is a dungeon that is unsurprisingly very easy to get turned around in. Because a lot of stuff loops, a lot of rooms mirror each other. It's not quite as bad as the Water Temple, because the Water Temple's got 3 different heights and then 4 different compass directions, all of which have exits, so it's even worse.
Gross.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that wall master I mentioned, you can't shield from him. He'll just grab you. So, you just want to keep moving.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, just keep moving, but not into a corner. Like, just literally walk in circles, or get on a ladder. He can't get you on a ladder either, I'm pretty sure.
How did I miss? Can I please, very kindly, Jesus.
Yes, a little giant disembodied hand.
I would very much like to.
He'll go back up, and then he'll try to do the same thing again. You can kill them, but all they do is give you rupees.
Okay, I'm just gonna chill. Oh, apparently not. Why can I not go in the correct direction? The other complaint I remember having about this is I had a lot of issues with the camera. Ugh. It's the opposite wrong direction. But still the wrong direction. Here we go. Okay.
Back through the twisted corridor. And this is where we make our stop. If you turn around and look up above the door you just exited,
Yeah.
there's a target there that you could not hit previously because you didn't have the bow. And that will untwist the corridor.
Nice.
Now if you go back in there, you'll get a different pathway through.
Excellent.
Also, that thing you thought you imagined earlier, that was a target with an eye, but all that's in the chest that it drops is a bundle of arrows, so it's not worth anything.
Oh, okay.
The Wall Master is still in here, and you do not want to fall in that hole in the center, but as you can tell, also you're going to get grabbed if you stay there. The boss key chest was down there as well, so you want to grab the boss key before you go into that hole that's in the center.
So just over here.
Yep. And then just go pick it up. And he can't get you in a cutscene, so...
Thank God.
And that will give you the almighty boss key.
Woohoo!
Now get inside the chamber where the boss lurks.
Now I jump down the middle.
Yep. He tried. A for effort. Yeah, it actually will force you to fight him this time. You can't get out of the room until you kill them both.
Okay, I know you're around here somewhere. And please target you. Okay.
You can also shoot them with arrows too when they're like this. You can't get them when they're blue, but it is a little bit easier than trying to chase them.
Oh man. Okay.
That's all that's in here. I guess it's supposed to be like a trap room of some sort, but you actually have to go through there and progress, so. Also, I would not recommend falling off the left side of this because it will make you have to backtrack a fair bit. Stun with a hook shot, kill him with a bow. Something with range, usually, since this is kind of a narrow corridor to fight him in. There you go. And then go to the door on your right. It'll be in the other alcove. And that is where the final key is. Ladies and gentlemen, the Floor Master, rather than the Wall Master. He's not going to grab you and take you back to the start of the dungeon. He is more so a normal enemy. When he turns green like that, he is invincible, so you'll not be able to get him during that.
Fantastic.
Which means you should probably shield if you see him flying towards you. And then strike him whenever he's like that, hanging around. Hit him again.
Oh, okay.
And then he'll drop some baby Floor Masters. You gotta kill those.
God.
Yep, you gotta kill them before they reemerge. They will try to jump on you and take away your magic power. But thankfully they die in one hit. But if one grabs you and takes away your magic, it will reform back into the full Floor Master.
Ah, yes, whilst also haunting my nightmares.
I think they're kind of funny, actually. They just, like, walk around, little disembodied hand, they turn around, they, like, spin around.
I don't know, it's a little weird.
I don't like the Wall Masters, and I hate the Wind Waker equivalents of them. The Wind Waker ones are nothing short of terrifying.
I don't like the way that they crawl around.
They're worse in Wind Waker, trust me. They're way worse in Wind Waker. They're like literally just a black hole, and when you get close to them, they just like literally pop out, grab you, and pull you into the black hole.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
Now, this way?
Yep. This will take you back to where the blocks are. This is basically a faster loop around than what you did.
Okay.
So now you'll just go back up to the top of this room again.
Woohoo!
So this was the part as a kid, and by as a kid I mean when I first played this, that stumped me for the longest time, and looking back on it, wow, it was really stupid. But you have to get back to, because I knew about the locked room that was after where you beat the blue Poe, but you can't get back to it unless you hit that switch that twists the corridor a second time. Because I thought it was just like you only hit the switch once, you can't hit it again. But if you hit the switch a second time, then it will retwist the corridor and you can get back to where you were earlier, except now you have the keys. And that's how you actually progress through the dungeon. But that can absolutely be the worst part of this dungeon, especially if you go through it really slowly, because you might have totally forgotten about it by that point. I don't think he's very interested.
I think he's getting chased by a fairy.
Get it off! Get it off!
Get away from me! I think it's contagious.
You can shoot the eye from here if you got really good accuracy with the bow and arrow. If you want to just shoot it from here and then just go for the door.
Oh. Yikes.
So if I told you there was a minigame later where you had to shoot targets while you were moving on horseback.
You can already tell it's gonna go poorly. God. I'm abysmal. How do you estimate where it's gonna go?
I usually line it up with the part of the arrow, like the blue part of the arrow, or the bow rather, and then aim it that way. And then just adjust for height, because you've already got the x-axis of it. Mm-hmm. And then you can just adjust for height. We'll also pick up quivers to let you hold more arrows total as well. Which unfortunately one of those is done through that horseback archery, so...
Ah, spectacular.
That's something to look forward to later. So yeah, jump across these. He is still in here, even though Navi doesn't warn you, he's still in here.
Okay.
So now you're just going to make your way through this section. You'll go down the staircase through the room where the bow was and back up the other staircase on the other side. A nice, 2.5 minute period to adjust your bearings and get used to things once more. Also, the pots were in the room with the blue carpet, not this one. Which is weird, because that's one of the few things that doesn't mirror, is there's no pots in that room.
That's weird.
Because even if you destroy them, they come back like these did, so... I don't know why specifically there's not any pots in there.
They're just empty.
Maybe it's to make you realize it's not the same.
Do I now?
Yeah, if you want to now, they'll have hearts and arrows. You were full on both when you first came in here, which is why I said don't destroy them at the time.
Ah.
Also, if you ever have trouble hitting things low, you can do a spin attack, and it will usually get them. Where you just hold down B and then let it go. Or if you rotate the analog stick once and then hit B with a little bit of timing practice, then you can do it that way as well. So if you had come up here, this would have blocked you, because you had no keys at that point in time. So now you can get through!
Yay!
Let's take you to another room with a wall master. Almost said floor master. Remember, you cannot shield those. They will still grab you.
Okay. Where do I need to go, though?
You need to go to that spot up on the right. Like, there's a ladder. You'll take this ladder down, and then there's another ladder going up that's just to your right once you turn around. Yeah, right there. I will say it's one of the few times that Navi's actually helpful, because if you didn't know that was in there, then that could create a problem.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, rude.
Don't worry about him, you don't need to fight him. So the green ones basically work that they don't move around like the blue ones are, but they're invincible until their flames drop, and their flames just drop over time, and that's when they're vulnerable.
Damn.
They're actually not that bad. I think that's like the only spot in the game that you actually see them.
Do I need to get onto that or onto that?
No, you're where you need to be. Can you solve the puzzle in this room? I would recommend hitting up on the C stick in order to get a look around. You can kind of see what you might have to do.
So there's a door there.
You can also move around when you're in first person like this. For the time, the full 360-degree rotation was actually quite impressive.
Oh, you know what? I know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know if I'm facing the right direction for it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it either. Okay.
As we like to call it, the makeshift fire arrow. You have to do this a lot in Majora's Mask.
I remember we had to do it a couple of times in Skyward Sword, I think, right?
I don't know if we had to do a fire arrow in Skyward Sword, but it's also been a while since I played it.
I did not time that correctly.
Yeah, right about there. How blind is this? I'm backseating because this would take a while, if not, and this is kind of a hard temple. And
Honestly,
we also have not played for 6 months.
Y'all don't want me to watch. Y'all don't want to watch me play this completely blind.
I'm pretty sure if you played it completely blind, I could probably beat the game in the time it would take for you to do the kid dungeons.
Yes, absolutely. Like, with me, blind playthroughs are more like legally blind playthroughs, and it's just unfortunate for everyone involved.
It's a good thing you got your prescription updated finally, or it'd be even worse.
Right?
Imagine how hard this would be to do if you had the old prescription.
And it's still hard to do. So do y'all like merry-go-rounds?
I do, I love merry-go-rounds. Thank you for asking.
Because that's
It's not like I get motion sick, really. Well, I get altitude sick, not motion sick. Which is weird, because I get it on almost everything except planes. I have never gotten motion or altitude sick on a plane, ever. But you put me on a boat, like out in the ocean where the waves are really bad, oh my god. It's not seasickness, it is straight up the altitude. It's a very different feeling between the two.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I do okay on boats, but getting on a plane,
I'd take the plane any day.
I'm not doing well, and I'm going to use up all my arrows.
I'm pretty sure there's pots in the corners of the room that will give you more arrows if you actually do run out. Remember, you can also hold down the C right button and it will get the arrow ready, so that will take away a little bit of the delay, and then you just let it go whenever you're ready.
Well, that didn't work.
I was gonna say, let it go. Don't let it, don't force it back to the left. Literally just let the C stick go.
I thought I did. Okay. Oh my god, I was so close.
Very close. You actually only have to hit the ice, from what I remember. You don't have to hit the eye target itself, so it is at least slightly generous in that regard. Because there have been plenty of times in Majora's Mask where I've completely missed the eye and it still gave it to me. Nice.
It took a couple of rounds, but I got there.
You got there in the end, and that's the important thing. Right, so at this point you've got the big key, sorry, the boss key. You just exit the way you came. You've used and gotten all the normal keys, so at this point you're just hunting for the final two ghosts, the purple one and the green one. And there's your ride out of here.
Just kidding. I don't want that right.
Oh.
Apparently.
You want the Kool-Aid, that's the only reason you come here.
Yep. Is there like another?
I think you have to go where the eye switch was. There's a little platform there you can take out.
Oh, of course, because it would be too easy otherwise. Okay. Jump. Okay.
So you can either wait or...
I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah.
I don't think it's...
There's actually a minigame in Majora's Mask where you start on the center platform and other platforms will light up and you have to jump to them and back all without falling in the water. If you can line it up, it's not too hard, but if you're bad with lining things up, like so...
Like me.
Yeah, then in which case it might be the hardest
jumping.
minigame in that game outside of the shooting galleries. Even I will mess up the shooting galleries pretty frequently in Majora's Mask. Namely the one that's in Clock Town. That one is evil. And no one can convince me otherwise. That is, bar none, the hardest minigame in that game. The only thing that might give it a run for its money difficulty-wise is doing the final Goron puzzle that's inside the final area to get the last piece of heart. That's pretty bad, too. You can also hit L to kind of get the camera back to a lower view rather than this kind of overhead shot. It won't stay there, but it helps kind of orient a little bit.
Oh my god. I nearly ran right off the side.
You overcorrected so hard, yeah, you almost fell off. So now this corridor is twisted, as it wasn't before. Again, you can just avoid those guys, you don't need to fight them. Also, that won't get rid of their fire, it just goes away naturally on the green ones. I don't think there's any other type of bubbles, I think it's just those two. And then you want to jump down that hole that's down there.
Into the hole.
Whee! Welcome to Checkerboard, the video game. The ceiling is falling down.
Ah.
That would have crushed you if you'd keep holding up. Yeah, so there's a couple spiders in here. The big thing is you want to hit that switch that's up there to unlock the door that's at the end. It will periodically fall down and then go back up. Just go around them.
Oh,
Well, you want to go back now, but... If they really do annoy you, though, you can shoot them with the bow and arrow to get rid of them.
Ouch.
So after you hit that switch, just stay where you are, because that's a safe spot.
Yeah.
I say that like it's obvious, but there is a thing similar to this in Majora's Mask where it's not a safe spot.
Ow. First of all, rude.
Keep running into them, it'll work. And then you'll get crushed.
I thought it was on a black space.
No, it's
Okay.
literally holes in the ceiling. If you look up with the C-stick, like,
Oh.
yeah, it's literally holes in the... That's why I told you it was a safe spot.
So just some of the black spots
Yes.
are... Okay. Why do I keep running so close to him? Really?
I don't
This is
know.
on me.
Yeah, just hug the right wall. There you go. Ignore the chest, it just has arrows in it. It's a safe spot, but it's like sort of a trap, I guess. And with that, you've made it to the room with the green Poe. If you look around, there should be a picture of the green one. As you can tell, it's going to force you to do a little block pushing puzzle.
Spectacular. And I can't just shoot that.
And you can, that's how you start the puzzle.
Oh.
Plop. So you need to push
Oh,
the
no.
blocks together to make the picture of the Poe. That blue one in the center will not be part of the puzzle, so just ignore it. If you run out of time, it will flip the blocks around, so it does pay to keep them semi-close together in case you don't solve it in time. Because it's not super, super lenient with the timer. I can usually finish it with about 15 seconds.
I'm not going to finish it with any time remaining.
Yep, there's those two. That's the bottom right part of it, so you just need to push it a little bit. Oh, it actually adds time to the timer. I forgot about that.
Says, well, you're a moron and I feel bad for you. And I
Thank
say
you.
thanks. Okay. Now I really can't help.
Yeah, those two pieces that are lined up like directly in front of your vision are the bottom two pieces. That was the back left. That one up there is the back right.
I would like to stop. climbing up on it.
Remember, the difference is what the blue icon at the top says. If it says grab or climb, if you're holding forward while you're grabbing that block, then you'll climb it instead.
Ah.
Also, you can't push or pull them sideways. You need to pull that other one. Just giving up.
I mean, yeah, I do not have this.
I'm curious, will it add more time? It will.
Yes.
It'll give you more time.
And it will embarrass me.
I wonder how long it would it like if you just left it here for like 3 hours. What would happen? Would it actually just eventually be like, you know what? Here's 10 minutes.
Now people be like, bro, you good? Okay, I know this one goes...
Push that one and pull it from the left. Because from a technological standpoint, the easiest way to code that would just be like, essentially saying, if fail, reset and add 10 seconds, and not change that coding at all, because that's a simple process to put in. But I wonder if it would go up by 10 twice, and then by like 20, and then 30.
Oh no, get down.
that,
Haha, I finished it with 20 whole seconds to spare.
cool, you're getting hit.
Oh shit. Okay. Is it just the same concept?
Yeah, it's the exact same concept. You just had to do that block puzzle rather than shooting the multiple pictures. Believe it or not, you were actually almost done with the dungeon. You got like 3 rooms left. Ting. Green versus green. Which green will green the most? A hit for green against green. Green comes back with a spinning fire strike. Green blocks with a shield. Oh, and the match goes to green.
Shockingly.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate both teams for deciding to go green.
Indeed.
They'll probably have hearts and some arrows.
I really appreciate some more arrows. Thank you.
Oh, look, a fighter.
Damn.
After all that with doing the room that had the checkerboard, I'm impressed you tried to do that again.
Sheer stubbornness.
Because all the other times you were in a room like this, you just shot him with the hook shot and moved on. Which is typically what I do. I'm just like, yeah, gone, alright, next.
Have I learned anything? The answer is absolutely not.
Which is great for the upcoming boss fight. And this takes you back to the main room.
Which I need to go down
Yes,
to?
you do need to go down there because...
Oh, and there's a eye. Do I need to shoot the eye?
Nope.
Okay.
That takes you to the room where you got the 3rd key at the very beginning of the dungeon. It's just a different way to get in there.
Oh, well, hello. You little
Now it's
demon
the
monster.
purple Poe. Truly the best Poe. And it is actually fought differently. It will split into 4 different versions, and the one that spins around is the one that you need to target. You can use the bow or the hook shot. I would recommend the hook shot since it is a item that does not use up consumables.
Okay.
They're just going to spin around like that until you attack them.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. I thought you said they were just gonna spin around like...
Well, you took too long, I guess. I've never seen that happen before.
Ah!
The one on your right. Not that one. One more to the right.
One more to the right.
Meg, one of the Poe sisters. I thought Meg was the blue one. I guess not. Meg,
Why is it telling me this?
Because you're hitting up on the C-stick instead of left. If you target an enemy and hit up on the C-stick, it will tell you information about them.
Oh, it's this one.
Yep.
Oh.
Doesn't matter which weapon, just pick one. Left one. Left from there.
That one. Hello? Hello? Oh, it's that one. No, not that one. I don't want that one. Stop this. Honest to God. I've completely lost track. Ow.
I found you. I mean, you found it. One directly behind you from that. There you go. Congratulations, you murderer, you.
Woohoo.
I guess they're ghosts. They're already dead, so it's fine.
It's fine.
Nice upskirt there.
No idea what the camera's supposed to be doing here, but...
It was because you're on top of that elevator, so if you hop into the lower section, it'll take you down to the lowest floor.
Oh, lovely.
Which is the penultimate room, which is all just a puzzle room.
Please tell me it has hearts.
Probably not. Maybe from an enemy. There is like a few spiders in here. So basically what you need to do is these little pillars that are sticking out, you just push them, and every time you push one, you go and check in the little alcoves, because it rotates the entire room. I guess you can see by it moving in the background there. So sometimes the alcoves will have, sometimes there'll be dead ends like that, but sometimes there'll be switches that you need to unlock gates.
Okay. Have I learned?
At long last. And your award is befitting of someone who's learned. I'm pretty sure that's a bundle of arrows. Like 80% sure. Hey!
Yay.
There's also Glyph Skulta in here, I believe. I think he's on the wall on the right. For anybody wondering, we're not really going, like, we're not, obviously not going to go after all 100 of these. What are you doing?
I'm trying to target it.
You can't, oh yeah, you can't L-target the Skulltulas that are gold, only the tokens. I don't know why they behave that way, but it's one of the enemies that behaves that way. I think it's because it qualifies as a special enemy. But yeah, we're not going for all the tokens, we're just going to go for, like, we're going to get them as we see them. We are going to get 50 total, but we will absolutely glitch our way to 50 if we don't get 50 by the end of the game. Alright, so there's nothing there, so just keep pushing them pillars.
Yay.
Also, hello, Aaron Kelly. Welcome to us pushing a pillar. Guess that one's gated off for now, so you'll come back to that later. That one's a dead end.
So I don't think anything actually opened up.
Nope. I think it will after this push. I'm pretty sure it's this one. This is kind of a simple puzzle, just in the fact, like, if you keep pushing and just check every quarter each time, eventually you'll get it. It might be slow going, but eventually you will get there. Yep, and there it is. There's one of the switches. So if you look at the ground when it opens, that was a red one, so you have to have the opening on the red. Which means the pillars will be on the blue section whenever you find the right spot.
So I push
Two more times.
I'm not sure if the floors are moving or if the wall is moving.
I don't know. It's
But
one
I
of those
think I'm having a seizure.
Yeah. I think it's one of those technology things, because I was thinking about it when I was going through this room earlier whenever I was testing through, and I was like, I don't know if it's the walls or the floor. I feel like, from a design standpoint, it absolutely has to be the walls, right? Like, that would be way easier.
Oh yeah.
It looks like it would be more coding, but, like, you can clip the camera through the wall and kind of see that the floor still stays stationary outside the wall, which makes me think it's the wall. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's the wall.
I feel like it's the wall, but that could be.
I guess I need to push another thing?
Yeah, you stepped on the red one, correct?
Yeah.
So yeah, you need the opening on the blue. And it'll be the blue opposite where you are now, and then that will unlock the final one. Because that will take you to the boss, but then the other ones... Also, I wouldn't stand on that if I were you. Because that will take you back up.
Lovely.
There's that. That will open the last one. Hopefully you're not an idiot like the first time I played and forgot the boss key and had to go all the way back to get it.
Oof.
Yeah, big oof. And that is the boss key.
And I'm going into a boss fight with 3 3/4 hearts.
You do still have milk if you want it, as well as a fairy. Milk will give you 5 hearts back and you can use it twice.
Okay. And I use that by...
Like you would any other item. You just put it on a C button and then you use it.
Delicious.
Also, I'd like to remind you, you got that milk when you were still a kid and then you went through 4 times 7 years.
Disgusting.
Lon Lon yogurt, anyone? That's a good way to make no one ever want yogurt ever again.
Right? Okay.
All that delicious good bacteria.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The hardest boss in the game. For my money's worth, she might find one that's more difficult. I think it's this one. Also, they're playing a little trick on you here. What you're supposed to do is try to leave the room the way you came in after you walk to the center.
What? Okay.
Because they want dramatic camera angles.
I guess.
Remember that guy? Barack Obama?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, you're not fighting him.
Of course not.
Well, yes and no.
Yeah.
Behold, Phantom Ganon, the evil spirit from beyond. So yeah, this is a shadow version of him. It's not the actual Ganondorf.
Spectacular.
So, phase 1, he is going to go into the paintings. You need to shoot him as he comes out of the paintings. Like that.
Lovely.
I would recommend equipping your bow. Also, I wouldn't L target for the first phase of this fight. It doesn't seem to help that much on this one. So, you'll have a fake Ganon that will also try to come out of the picture. That is the right one. There you go. So I get to just hit him 3 times and he will abandon this strategy. The fake one will typically not have the armor plating on the front of his horse, so as a result the horse will look darker, and it'll turn away if it's the fake one like that.
Oh crap.
That's the... No, that's the real one. That's the real one. I still have a hard time differentiating. But... This is the final boss. Yes, this is the final boss.
Absolutely cannot tell the difference. So
You've only seen the real one ever, except for that one that he turned away by the time you saw him. That's the real one.
Oh, gee. Miss. Ow.
The good news is you do not need your bow and arrow for the second part of this fight, so if you use up all your arrows getting him out of this phase, then it's fine. Which I find it a bit odd. Usually the dungeon items used a lot more, but for a boss fight, but not here. Alright, so he abandons that, and now you're going to switch to your sword, and basically play ping pong with it.
Okay.
He'll throw a shot of, I guess, magic at you, and you have to use the sword to swing it back at him. Like that, and then go hit him. Nope, too late.
Nope. Okay.
So he can ping pong it back, like in an insane amount of time, something like up to 20, I think. And the more that you hit it back and forth when it actually does connect with him, the longer he will stay stunned. So the reason that he was only down for like a split second was because you only threw it back at him once and he immediately got hit.
He is so fast. Okay.
Yeah, you need to swing a lot earlier than you think you do in this, from my experience. Also, because the arena is too small, sometimes that will happen where it'll just fly off in a random direction. It's very frustrating.
Oh my god. This is great. This is fine. This is no problem. No problem whatsoever. Okay, first of all,
yeah, like I said, it's way earlier than you think. It's really weird.
and when he's that close, it just kills me.
So here's the reason I think why this boss fight is not good. Because like I said, the arena's too small. It makes the camera go weird, as you've clearly seen. It sends the volley off into random spots sometimes when it doesn't normally. This is one of the phases that you have to fight Ganondorf with. Like, he'll ping pong shots back at you like this as well. But the arena for him is much larger. So what I think they did is they probably did the Ganon boss fight, like they had that all set up how they wanted, and then they decided to do this to make the smaller arena, but didn't compensate for the fact that the arena was smaller, and so as a result it comes with all these problems. Because I've never had any difficulty with ping-ponging against Ganondorf, but I've had many issues fighting him.
Oh my god. This is one of my least favorite mechanics.
It will speed up over time, too.
I'm aware. And there's really no other way to do this boss fight.
Nope. Technically there's one, but it would be more difficult, so... And not even from a technique standpoint, just it's more funny to do than anything. So I would recommend backing out and going to get more fairies.
That's probably not a bad idea.
So yeah, for my money's worth, worst boss fight in the game. Of what you've seen thus far, absolutely the worst boss fight in the game.
Oh yes.
Like, not even
absolutely.
close.
This mechanic is not spectacular. Where do I go to get more fairies?
You go past the big dude and then go up the ladder and then they're right there.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's one of the reasons I'm glad that they put it there too, because this is the first dungeon you do. And so if you're like about to head to the fire temple and like, oh crap, I don't have any fairies, you can just warp using mini metaphors and go back there. Also, if that guy gives you trouble anymore, you can shoot him with arrows, because the arrows will reach, unlike the hook shot.
Nice.
They knew what they were doing with the enemies and the fact that like range is the best way to deal with them, but you don't get like a long distance weapon until you get the bow. At least as an adult, you don't get a long distance weapon until you get the bow. I would also take the milk too and go ahead and drink it and trade out for a fairy. To me, the fairy's better because it heals for more and it saves you if you die automatically.
That's a good point.
Because I guess technically you could have prolonged that fight if you drank the milk before you got killed, but I don't think it would have made that much of a difference.
It really wouldn't have.
Almond yogurt, half. Now you've opened it, it's all the bacteria. I'm gonna stop now. I'm drinking a McDonald's milkshake, which is not helping my thoughts about bacterial yogurt. Because, I mean, this basically turns into, what, fungus after about 10 minutes?
God. I don't even want to think about that. Okay, we got it, bro.
Weren't you there the day at Taco Bell where they had to, like, clean out the back of the soda machine and it had, like, a bunch of mold and shit in it?
Oh, it was so bad. I don't even...
That's a good way to make nobody ever want to order a fountain drink from Taco Bell ever again.
God, there's just some stuff that at fast food restaurants, legitimately, they never clean.
Yeah.
Unless they absolutely have to.
And by absolutely have to, you mean, like, oh, crap, they're coming to inspect this. We should probably clean it.
No, like, they don't even check back there in inspection.
Which is weird, because you think they would, because they should.
Should they? Probably.
Absolutely, yes.
Not always.
I did a quick check. It's not important. You got some asbestos back there. Just clean it up when you get the chance. Okay, cool. I do know from a lot of experiences, my mom included, though, like, if you work at a fast food restaurant long enough, you will never want to eat there ever again.
Ouch. Rude. Nice!
Shot right in the head. He's still alive.
Oh.
I think you gotta get him twice. Like, 3 shots total, but a headshot counts for double. So, one more time. Anywhere. He's unfortunately using his hands to block his crotch, so that will not be possible.
Ah, damn.
Oh no, it does take 3 shots with the bow and arrow.
Alright.
I guess I'm used to the sword, but the sword is probably stronger than the bow is.
Probably.
You're aiming too high, I'm pretty sure. Nice.
That feels just really low. I don't even know why I'm trying to collect these rupees. My wallet is full.
Yeah, it's been full since we started.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where you get the giant spell. Oh, that's where you get the giant spell. Yeah, because there is one more wallet upgrade you can get, but I think it's 30 Skulltulas, I believe, gets it for you. I will say though, like, largely as an adult, money in this game is completely useless. Like, sure, you can use it to buy arrows, Deku seeds, like that kind of thing. But in terms of actually needing any of that, like stuff you need to buy to progress, I don't think you need to buy anything.
Nope. Bye. Because that's how it works. Whenever I start opening the door, you can't hurt me.
And apparently they just like glitch out of existence.
Yep.
The game deloaded their assets, it's no longer needed.
There's not like a fast way to get...
I mean, you're pretty much there already anyway.
Oh, okay.
Be thankful it wasn't the fire temple, because then it would have taken a while. But to be fair, the fire temple boss is an absolute joke, especially compared to Phantom Ganon. Like, the only boss that might be able to hold a candle to Phantom Ganon of all the temple bosses is probably the water temple.
Do I have to start again?
Yes.
Makes sense, but still.
Alright, so, paintings first and foremost. That is the real one. Right in the head, nice. Doesn't make any difference, but it still looked cool. That's the real one. He can also re-enter the painting that he's leaving the room in, too. That's the real one.
Do I have to wait until
Yes,
he's
you do have to wait
coming
until he's
out?
coming out.
Okay. Just making sure.
I'm impressed you keep finding the real one, because I usually find the fake one and I'm like, that ain't it, moving on. That one's the fake one. Fake.
This
Is it
one?
not that one's the real one. Alright, now you're back to the other stage. You don't need the arrow anymore.
Okay. Ow. Nice. Good start. Do I need to target him?
It helps.
And so far, all the targeting's doing is blocking my...
Then just
stupid...
move close to the center and it'll get that. There you go.
Ugh.
If you're gonna be that close though, like the minute he stops the animation, just swing immediately. Yeah, like that. Now. Nice, you gotta hit it on him. That last one should not have counted at all.
No.
That went like behind you when you got it somehow. I'm not sure how that happened, but whatever.
Don't worry about it. It worked in my favor, so...
him one more time, and then he got him. Nope, just dodge out of the way.
Oh, what?
I forgot you could do that. Usually you don't see him use the Soul Spear. Yeah, he can just fly around like a lunatic, but oh well, you got plenty of fairies. That's kind of a cool pose, though.
Okay.
Whee!
Is he gonna...
Yeah, he'll go back to the normal firing thing. I forgot he could even do that, honestly.
Where did he go? Ow. Okay.
Found him. Or more accurately, he found you.
Just accept your fate, goddammit. Come here.
You did it.
Back to hell where you belong.
I think Ganondorf himself actually banishes it between dimensions.
Thank God.
Won't be so easy. Yeah, it'll actually be easier because the stage will be larger.
Thank God.
And he also gives you a heart container because Ganondorf's just a really nice guy like that.
Aw, how sweet.
More health. Don't mind if I do.
Why, thank you.
I wouldn't go in there
Oh.
if I were you. Well, you can backtrack and go get that later.
Yeah, it's fine.
All the way back through the dungeon.
I'll get it later.
So
Like I said, I've been playing a lot of Mario Galaxy, and
you're
so
like,
I'm
ooh,
yeah,
star!
Yeah, star!
I want it!
Estrella!
Also, as you probably surmised, the Sage of the Forest is Saria.
Shocking.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you could tell me all of the sages except for the last one because you've literally not met the last one yet. Like, gee, I wonder who the Sage of Fire could be. Maybe it's the guy that leads the Gorons that's in the fire area?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not Ruto in the Water Temple, right? That would be too easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get the idea. So, the additional strategy I mentioned that's actually kind of funny is if you look at how the game's coding works, whenever you pick up like a fairy, something you can get in a bottle, you swing the bottle, and they use the same mechanics that swing the sword.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to reflect the things back at him, you can actually take an empty bottle and swing it and like reflect it back and forth at him because it's the same dimensions. It was done completely by accident, and then they found out that people found out about it because that's funny.
Oh, yeah.
And so in Wind Waker, you fight Phantom Ganon as well, and they left it in there intentionally that time because they're like, if you want to just do it again, like for old time's sake, by all means.
That's fun.
And so as a result, most of the time when fighting Ganon, there's usually, or like some version of Ganon, there's usually some stupid thing that you can do to like distract him or fight him in a weird way. Because in Twilight Princess, if you're doing the final stage where you fight him with swords, you can pull out the fishing rod, and it will actually distract him, and then you can pull out your sword and hit him. Because otherwise he's actually really good at blocking if you don't do that.
That's great.
Also, you and Saria broke the card. Well, yeah, sure, Saria. Yeah, Saria defeated that boss. It wasn't you.
So much.
So yeah, basically, the Great Deku Trees come back to life. And even though this is a brand new tree, it somehow has all the memories of the old one.
Don't worry about it.
Also, in case you couldn't tell, Link's not a Kokiri.
Yeah.
Because Kokiri don't age.
Yeah.
That's because he's not a Kokiri. He's a Hylian/Hylian. Take your pick on however you want to pronounce it.
Shocking.
I prefer Hylian, but that's just because it rolls off the tongue better.
Well, it's Hyrule, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But some people still say Hylian. To me, Hylian sounds like just a guy who lives in the hills.
Yeah.
Just somewhere.
Like a hillbilly.
I'm pretty sure they've, like, Nintendo's addressed it and said it's one of those that, like, either pronunciation is technically correct.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Link's very important, intricate backstory in this game. He was raised in Hyrule and for, like, all of a couple months, and then Hyrule came under fire. His parents were forced to flee, his dad got killed, his mom got wounded. She went into the Great Forest, asked the tree to look after you before she died, gave you your name, quote unquote. She died, and so you've been living here ever since, blissfully unaware.
Fantastic.
It was 1999. Storytelling was a lot less, at least in terms of video games. Like, people didn't play video games for the story back then.
Yeah.
Not to the degree they do now, anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You must save the land of Hyrule.
Wait, what have I been trying to do this whole time?
Well, when you were getting the spiritual stones, you were trying to stop Ganondorf from getting the Triforce, but then you got sealed in time, so he got it anyway. So now you're basically fixing the mistake that you made.
Fantastic.
Or rather, that you and Zelda made, because it was Zelda's idea.
So at least 3% her fault.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, where are we going next?
You probably want to go back to the temple and go get the heart container first.
Okay. Let's play a game called... Do I remember where I'm supposed to be going?
North. North on the map. And we definitely not going to have time for the Fire Temple because we've only got about an hour left, and like I said, the Fire Temple's longer. It's not harder, but it is definitely more time consuming.
Yeah. Well, if
So
we
I'm gonna
wanted
check
to in the meantime, we could show off my brand new can actually see with my new glasses double dash skills.
That's true. I'm also going to check for... Okay, sure. Let's try that again. Let's try rewording that. I looked up Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Pieces of Heart. First page it took me to. Here are the pieces of heart for Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past.
Absolutely.
Not only is that the wrong game, that's not even a game in Zelda that's 3D. You giblet head. Also, I hear the tiny penis outside is back. The guy who likes to drive his engine just for the hell of it.
I took a wrong turn. Let's try this again.
Yeah. Right, left.
I had it until the... I think that was the one where you gave me the wrong direction.
Probably.
And I remembered the wrong direction. Because I need to go
Right.
toward...
It's right, left. So you're going to go that way, yeah. And then go to the right. Or, sorry, straight.
Straight.
There we go. And then take a left. And then take a right. Also, all those enemies that are in this section are going to respawn. But you can shoot them with a bow and arrow from a distance now.
With all my 7 arrows.
Yep. Okay, pretty sure we did that. I'm going to assume for all intents and purposes that if we could have gotten it prior to the Forest Temple for Pieces of Heart, we probably did.
I think we did.
Because I was trying to make sure at the very least you'd go in there with the most amount of hearts possible. Which even then, as it turns out, as I found out later, I actually goofed on that and I could have given you one more heart. It probably wouldn't have made that big of a difference in the grand scheme of things, but the point still stands that I got it wrong.
That's probably fine. Link, pay attention.
Stop playing with your sword, man. I'm pretty sure we didn't do any of that Zora's Fountain junk. I know at least one thing that we will definitely do because it will help a lot. But first, we'll get that heart container.
Oh, right through his head.
Don't worry, you got him in the ear with the next shot. It's the weak point of all those guys.
Yep.
Which reminds me of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. Wait, come back, my hair wants to marry you. Ow, my hair! I've been rewatching that, like, the Duelist Kingdom stuff, and that's all I can think of when I'm watching it is Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. I'm up to the point of Joey fighting Howard. Because I don't call him Bandit Keith anymore. Ever since I found out his first name is Howard, I'm just going to call him Howard from now on.
That is his only name. That's the only acceptable name.
And I feel like anytime that anybody should call him for anything, they should go, Howard!
Howard! Your friends are coming.
Can we just make it canonical that everybody named Howard has a mom like that? That just, like, you never actually see them. You only hear stories, and you just hear them yell from across the house.
Absolutely.
If your name is Howard, we apologize. Except that we don't.
Absolutely not.
Because that's a little funny.
We're aware. We got it, baby. Thanks. We're good.
Okay, so you planted 2 magic beans, so I at least know which ones of those we've done. We can't get to the other 2 yet.
Man, jumping out of that hole, I almost jumped as high as the thing. Why do I have to climb the stupid ladder? Like, if I've got that kind of vertical, I feel like I deserve it to just be given to me. Like, honestly. Okay, I have 4 arrows. I don't think this guy's worth the arrows.
Well, I mean, you're going to be getting arrows in a little bit here. And you're not going to need a bow for anything between now and then.
Ouch. Okay, I was past him.
Yeah, hit by the club handle.
Fine. Well, I think I fucked up now.
Well, yeah, now you did.
Damn it.
And then wait for his invincibility frames to go away. Honestly, got that you're gonna turn around and slash him because that's usually what I do, even if I am like full on money.
I mean,
Just as a reminder that he's doing something bad and he should feel bad.
He should be ashamed of himself.
Hey, there you go, you fell through the floor!
Yay! That's my favorite thing to do. I love falling through the floor.
It stunk so bad you fell through the floor.
Yep. I have to redo everything.
Not
Haha, I remember.
I was hoping you wouldn't, actually.
I remembered.
Oh god!
I remembered at the very last minute, but I remembered. By golly.
You don't have to do everything. The elevator's still there. You just have to go and actually pick it up.
Thank God.
And if you walk into the blue light, I am going to laugh.
Just immediately into the light.
I got distracted by a shiny object.
Yep.
Alright, Galaxy in a nutshell.
That's it. That's the game. Where by the door, please? Okay.
When you grab that heart container, I'm gonna check something. Kind of the fun part about not playing the game that's going on is I can just, like, do other stuff in the background.
Ba-na-na-na. Thank you.
That puts you at 13.
Lucky number 13. Oh, you know what? I know why today is so unlucky, because it's 4-4, right? And then 4 unlucky
in Japan,
in
yeah.
Japan.
So, out of curiosity, since I picked up an extra copy of 3D All-Stars and it's still factory sealed, I was just like, out of curiosity, how much is it worth? And I just Googled Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I'm not even on the shopping page, like, that's all I did was just Google it. And the first story on here, it says, scalpers reckon you'll pay $2,600 for Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Thus far, it has not gone up in price, but bear in mind now, it is no longer available. I mentioned Galaxy, and I think what they're going to ultimately do is they will either re-release an extended cut, or they're going to do a second one, and that one will have Mario Galaxy 2 in it. Is my guess. Because a lot of people are like, why isn't Galaxy 2 in here? There has to be a reason, right? And what motivates companies more than anything else? Money.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so the best way to do that would be to release another All-Stars edition and put in, like, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, New Super Mario Bros. U, Super Mario Galaxy 2, like that kind of stuff. Because those are 3D-ish. They're more like 2.5D, I think is what they're officially called, but point still stands.
Yeah.
Alright,
Like that.
so you can go ahead and get out of the Lost Woods and just go back to Ocarina Village. So with that done, I think the fastest way to do this is actually, you just saved, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The fastest way to get back, I'm gonna be doing that. Because remember how as a kid it always warps you back to your house? As an adult it always warps you to the Temple of Time.
Ah.
And that's where we need to go next, is actually the Temple of Time.
Well, there we go.
So now go back to where you got the Master Sword, like deeper into the temple. And now that you have defeated the Phantom Ganon / gotten the Forest Medallion.
Okay.
I always forget to do this, and it bites me in the butt a lot later.
How's it going?
In order to awaken all the other sages, you must become even more powerful. You must travel over mountains, underwater, and even through time.
I'm working on it, okay?
So yeah, she would not let you do this before, / he. It's kind of ambiguous, and people still debate on whether Sheik is a man or a woman.
I thought it was Zelda in disguise.
I always thought Zelda was a man. Nintendo's confirmed Sheik's a man, and Sheik doesn't have boobs. I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
They don't do a very good job of, and I don't think there's any info in this game if they tell you or not.
Gender? What's that?
But
Never
as a
heard of
result, Sheik would not let you go back in time until you beat the Forest Temple boss. Now you can actually go back in time.
it. Woohoo!
Which you don't have to do until much later in the game, but the big reason we came here was this. The time will come when you have to return here quickly, and she will give you the Prelude of Light, which will let you warp back here at any time.
Fun-da-ba.
Which is very helpful because there have been many times where I forgot this and went on and did the fire and water temples and didn't think about it because, again, I didn't need to go back in time. And then lo and behold, I was like, man, I wish I could get back to the Temple of Time easy because I'm on the other end of the map and didn't have the warp song to get back quickly.
Nice.
You did it. This is also probably my least favorite of the songs in terms of how they sound, because there's just nothing to it. It literally just plays the notes twice and then stops, pretty much.
Skyward Sword did really well with the songs, I felt like.
It's a shame the harp's a piece of shit, isn't it?
I mean, yeah.
And I don't mean the harp as an instrument, I mean like how you play it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love the harp, but man, like...
Okay, consider remaking Skyward Sword, but with an ocarina instead of a harp.
I mean, maybe the harp will be better in the remake, you never know.
Maybe?
It could be worse. Spirit Tracks, which bear in mind was on the DS, you know, with the microphone, it was a flute, and yes, you did have to use the microphone. I will say though, not Spirit Tracks, Phantom Hourglass has one of my favorite Zelda puzzles where you come up to a map and there's like a little logo on it, and you have to figure out how to like put the logo on your screen, and it like will appear on the top screen here, and you literally have to do this, and it stamps it on there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's like, oh, that was such a good idea, and then they never used it ever again.
Aww.
But such a good idea. Alright, so now that we've got the Prelude of Light, let's go upgrade the bow and arrow and get more arrow capacity.
Alright.
So for that, we need to head to Kakariko Village. And this will probably be the last thing we pick up before we call it for today. And then we'll switch over to Mario Kart. And since we're in Kakariko, we can actually get the second reward because you cracked 20 spiritualists while you were in that dungeon.
Nice.
You had 19 when you went in there, so. And I know you picked up at least 2 because there's the one in the starting room and then there was one in the room where you had to keep pushing the pillars at the very end. So that was at least 2 right there. So now you're just going to take a sharp right. Or left. So again, for looking at the mini-map. Keep going left. A little bit more. That staircase. So nice being adult Link. As Kid Link, if you'd fallen in there, you would have had to swim all the way to the end of the river to get back out, because he's too short.
Yeah, I jumped in and I was like, wait, hang on.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything. I was like, yeah, you can get out of that if you need to. So, when you came here as a kid, there's going to be a red building as you, like, come up through this main section that's on your right.
Why did I just throw a plant?
Because you picked it up.
Sorry, a building on my right?
Well, now it's on your left. Now it's to your left. Yeah, if you go up those stairs, not those stairs, the ones that you were looking at.
These.
That building right there on the right that's red, you can head up there. As a kid, that building was under construction. But in the 7 years, they've gotten it done. And also because a lot of people that lived in Castletown after Ganondorf took over fled here. So that's why it looks a little bit more lively than it used to. The shooting gallery. You did this as a kid, I think.
Oh, God.
Maybe I did it as a kid for you. I don't remember.
I honestly don't remember.
So the difference here is the bow and arrow is faster than the Deku Seeds are, and it doesn't drop off like the Deku Seeds does. So it's easier in that regard. The thing is, the pattern in this is not preset like it was when you were a kid.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I can already tell I'm probably going to be doing this.
Yeah, I'm...
Yeah, we might mercy kill this, and I might just do this one.
Yeah, we probably want to mercy nip this in the bud, because this is already not going well.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You got one!
Yay!
You did it!
Thank... God damn it. Jesus Christ.
You got 2!
Oh my God, I got 2!
You got both the green ones. Alright, hand it over.
Oh, that was so bad.
We're not having you do that again. God.
Oh, that was painful.
We are absolutely not letting you do the Majora's Mask ones because one look at him and you'd be like, oh hell no. Also, this controller is very sticky. I don't know who to thank for this, even though I do.
I don't know. And I would just like to say that, for the record, I did really well in that bomb shoe challenge.
Yeah, I usually
everything
suck
else,
at that one.
no, I've not done well with everything else. However, I did well with the bomb shoe.
I'm glad I got that one right at least. I didn't totally suck. Because if I had screwed it up after playing for years and years, that would have been way more embarrassing. So yeah, now you can hold 40 arrows instead of 30. Technically, we could get the 50th one now, but it would require a little bit of side quests, and I also just don't want to do that.
That's fair.
So let's go get the reward from the Skulltula house, which is that one just over there.
This one?
To your left. That one.
Oh, the person.
Yep.
Let me in.
He'll kill over eventually.
Let me in.
He has no relevance to the main story in this game, and Majora's Mask has a very slight role, but only very slight. Yeah, these guys have been cursed by the spiders.
Yeah, I remember that. I forgot how gruesome it was, though.
Yeah. But you have freed another one of them. I think it's the one on the right of where this guy is. If not, it'll be the guy on the left.
Jesus Christ.
I forgot that they gave you the hint about the soft soil thing. Because a lot of spots that have soft soil, you have to plant bugs there and it'll make them appear. That's where you get like 30 of them. Like a ridiculous amount. May not be that many, but it's a lot. You get the Stone of Agony, which is completely fucking useless.
Yay.
So, if you were playing this on the N64 and you had a rumble pack equipped into the back of your controller, if there was any secret, like, oh, if you bomb this spot in the ground, there's actually a hidden hole down here, it would rumble to let you know that there was something there.
Spectacular.
Completely useless in this version. They did a different version in the 3DS, but we're not playing the 3DS version, so again, here is completely and totally useless. Alright.
Anything else we want to hit?
Trying to think. I think that's pretty much it.
Ouch.
Nope.
There's not anything in here.
Nope.
This is a terrible well. There's no water.
There was at one point when you were a kid.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Let's just say there's a little bit of Harry Potter 3 shenanigans.
Uh,
One of those I knew how to do the spell because I'd already done it in the future. Does that make sense? No.
Absolutely not. Alrighty.
Alright, so with that being done, we'll switch over to Mario Kart. I really wish I had saved the other ones we did so I could actually go back and track which heart pieces we did, but I did not. And there's no one to blame for that but myself.
Yeah. I know for sure we did everything that we could possibly do leading up to the forest.
Well, I thought so too, and then it turns out I was wrong, and there was a side quest we totally could have done, but even before the forest temple. Which would have led to, off the top of my head, at least 2 pieces of heart.
Wow.
Probably more. 2 off the top, I think. No, 3. It would have been at least 3.
Jeez.
But most people don't do that until before the water temple, because the item you need at the end of it will only be required once you get to the water temple. So. The big difference is it also gives you another item that is known as a game-breaking weapon, particularly against the mid-boss of the water temple.
Also, that was the sound of a sprite exploding.
Yeah, I know. I stepped on something wet and figured that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to switch this to intermission so I don't give everybody a seizure with how my capture card looks when there's nothing plugged in.
It didn't look like it was gonna fizz over, so I was like, yeah, this is fine, and then opened it, and then...
Also, that means congratulations, you are officially the first person to spill something on my carpet that cannot be easily cleaned up. Mason's doesn't count because A, she's a baby, and B, like crackers can just be vacuumed up.
Yeah. Well, I can't even tell where at this point.
I mean, part of it's on the chair handle. Rest, armrest, that's the word I was looking for.
On the couch. Some of it's on my pants. My hands and my pants. So I think I actually got most of it just with...
You still need help cleaning up, Dad? No, you got most of it with your back. Ow. It's the downside of opening that little tray is I have no fingernails, so as a result, it always hurts to open it up.
Oh. Can you hand me the Coke? Right there?
Yep. Thank you. Where the hell's my Coke? I mean, we're already on intermission, so it's fine. But I did not mute the mic, so... I need to find my other controller. There it is. Since I still have roughly an hour-ish before I need to head to work, we'll mess around with some Mario Kart. It's good for the body, it's good for the soul. It's good for these shoes that I'm going to hide under the couch so I don't fall over them again. Alright, we'll be right back after both of us use the bathroom.
Also, I would just like to say I did spill Sprite on your carpet, but at least it doesn't stain.
Nope. I'll just get to feel that nice special crunch that comes with used carpet every time I step there. I'm impressed I got that in time. Oh, nice. That shell I threw to get Petey got Wario on the turnaround of that lap.
Nice.
It's completely by accident. I was not aiming for him at all.
I also killed Wario with my plans.
That's good.
Wario, get back here. Get back here. Surprise. Merry Christmas.
And a happy New Year. Ow! Fine, don't have a happy New Year. You fucks! I was enjoying not having to deal with that.
Really? Red shell backwards in second place?
Yep. They were doing that to me on Thursday a lot. It didn't help that I had arguably the two worst teams that I was competing for first, Donkey Kong and Paratroopa, so giant bananas and triple shells, and Petey and Koopa, so any special and triple red shells. It pretty much doesn't get worse than that. No, that's gonna hit me! I almost used him as a meat shield. I also committed the cardinal sin of throwing a red shell backwards, but it was to block your red shell, so I actually had a good reason to do it.
That's fair.
Turn this up one more notch.
So Petey's gonna be the one that causes us problems.
It's always Petey. Every time.
Petey and Wario.
Wario's more of a detriment to himself than us.
Wario's a detriment to everyone within a 2-foot radius.
Which is kind of why I like dealing with Wario more. Like, at least he'll screw everybody over evenly, including himself. I was incredibly disappointed that bomb didn't manage to get you because you drove right next to it. And it was
I
like,
drove right past it.
and it was like, no, I'm not gonna go off. It's fine.
Okay.
Like, I was just like casually driving toward the fake item box. I'm like, yeah, I'll just run into that. Like, didn't even think about dodging it, nothing. Totally fine. Apparently I'm playing Overwatch. Like, yeah, just tank that hit, it's fine. Hilariously enough, Blizzard did an experimental patch for Overwatch for April Fools, and so a lot of characters were just completely redone, and oh my gosh, they were hilarious. They did one where Zenyatta like naturally floats whenever he walks around, but they changed it to where if you held down the jump button, you could just float for 4 seconds, and so it made it like really easy to maneuver around the map. So Brandon would just like fly up to the top and then just like rain down his attack on them. At one point, he just dropped in front of him like, oh, hi, what are you doing here? How did you get here?
It's a lot of work for an April Fool's Day patch.
It was pretty funny, though.
I guess they revoked it on the 2nd.
No, as far as I know, it's still up. We played it last night.
Oh, wow.
It's because it's an experimental patch, so it's not like those patches are actually going through. Well, that one's not, anyway. Even though some of them actually made the characters a lot better. Like, just in terms of a little bit more usable / survivable. Like, normally, Zarya has an ability where she can bubble herself, where in theory it doesn't always work, as I've come to find out many a time. But what it's supposed to do is block damage and increase her attack power, and her attack power is like constantly dropping until it hits 0, but it can make it go up to 100. And then she also has one that she can put on an ally, but they're on 2 separate cooldowns. Well, they changed it to where it's a combined cooldown, so you just have 2 that you can give to any person. So if you don't want to give it to yourself, but you want to give it to like 2 of your teammates, you can do that. If you wanted to use it on yourself back to back, you can do that. It was a way easy to use Zarya as a result. She's got pretty good survivability on her own, but like that made it 10 times easier.
Oh, please don't.
Don't do what?
Don't.
Don't do what?
Making me nervous. Don't do that.
Don't worry, that was just for the red shell. We're even now.
I stayed on the bridge, so we're all good.
I hope so. You're going up in the air, not off the bridge.
I'm so always nervous getting hit by anything on the bridges. I'm just the worst.
Oh, that should have hit it. He's in a constant state of having fun. Explosives are fun. I might try to bite the bullet. I might try to bite the bullet and just be like, "Fuck it, I'm getting 4th of July off." That's the first holiday I've had off since I worked there, which will be almost a year. Like within the next couple weeks, will be a year. Especially since apparently Ryan was having some issues with people not coming in yesterday. Well, probably because Alyssa was on schedule for one.
Yeah.
Ever met one of those people, like, they like money, they just don't want to work for it? Yeah.
I know a couple people like that. So where do you expect this to come from?
Fucking privileged white-collar ass, no. If anything, usually most white collars are usually harder working than people give them credit for. Not all of them, though. But
Yeah,
most of them
don't do a damn thing,
Yeah.
but some of them are putting in like 80-hour work.
Yeah.
Like, for weeks.
And oddly enough, the people that work under them tend to respect them more. Can't imagine why.
Unless they're an asshole.
Being an asshole. Bonk. You're welcome.
That was mine.
Yes. I'm sure we're getting paid back for that with the blue shell at some point.
Okay.
Even if it's not on this race, it will happen somewhere down the line. All of them. Every last one. Also, there's another one coming, so you might want to watch out for that. Wario.
Good job, Wario. You got me.
You know, if that had happened before the finish line, he probably would have passed you.
He would
It
have.
was genuinely a really good throw. It was just too late.
You know what,
That
Wario,
was like
you got me,
that
man.
was like pinpoint dead accuracy. Like I couldn't have thrown it better than that.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely impressed.
Just very unfortunate timing on that one.
We had been on the previous lap. It would have done well. It's just,
Yeah, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Didn't. Ah, damn it, Wario, you got in the way. It's always Wario every freaking time. Tactical nuke inbound. Wario, you are cruising for a bruising, my friend.
Oh my god.
Here, let me help.
You didn't even hit me.
I was aiming for Wario and I got him. Nope, I'm not in first. I can go bother somebody else, thanks. Oh. Ha-ha! Body in a wood chip. Hello. Wait for not paying attention. It's like, oh hey, there's a star over there. Oh, there's a banana directly in front of me. Oh, you should have kept the shell.
Oh my god. Okay. It was like I made a very, very bad mistake.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna like tap the brakes and let him pass you intentionally, and then just throw the shell and then pass him while he was down.
Well, I thought he had already passed me enough that I could throw the red shell, but I guess not. I don't know how far in front of you someone has to be for it to...
I think half a car length for it to recognize, but more often than not, it'll just take a hard left or right, depending on what direction they're relative to you, and it'll just go into a wall. So usually like a full car length is a safe bet. Oh well, didn't matter, you still got second anyway. Agreed. I got him again, yes!
Hey! I'm not sure why I stole your thing, but I will take it.
That fake item box game for me has been on point thus far.
Right? Fire knocks the Bowser shell in the opposite direction. I did not think that was gonna work. I was like, oh, look at his fire. No! And it knocked it back the other way, so I guess that works.
The compensation mediation of Mario Kart. It's Joey's like, I have no other ideas, we'll just try this. Oh, it worked!
I can't believe that worked. Which is pretty much his motto.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I'm on the cover of a magazine.
Ah, Wario, you bastard. Used a trick from my book. Stole my item and then blew up everybody that was in 4th place and lower. Bye, Wario! How's it going? Nice shot!
Did I actually get
Yeah,
somebody?
you got him. You got Wario with it.
Nice!
there that's like hitting everything all of a sudden. You still got a pretty comfortable lead compared to third and below. And there's the blue shell. Even before I saw it on your screen or my screen, I saw it like passing through another part of the stage. I was like, oh, great. What, did it just like fall on your head or something? Yeah, weird.
Oh no!
You're fine. You're fine. You still got plenty of time. You're good.
I was like, don't do this to me.
Because I heard it and I was like, yeah, it's probably gonna go after me, and then I crossed the line and it went after you. I was like, oh, never mind. I guess it's not gonna go after me.
Oh,
I thought it was close enough to where that wasn't gonna happen.
it wasn't spiteful.
Apparently.
You're about 2.5 seconds behind me. Your favorite track.
It's so good that my drifting died. Here, I'll give you some assistance. Tactical nuke inbound!
Oh my god, no.
Ah, it went farther to the right than I thought it was going to. Hey,
Hey, so,
apparently Wario.
okay, Mario, really picked this up.
Here, let me give you a hand on
Oh,
that.
save me from that.
I got Wario with that at least. I thought that was the AI, and I'm like, what the hell? They don't know how to do that.
It wasn't me.
The game is cheating again. Or me.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why is it still going?
It went off the map. We're good. Alright, Wario Stadium it is. Hey! That was Baby Mario. And got them both. That's all, fuckers.
Oh my god. Petey, how can you even do that in midair? You can't cheat your
The computer cheats. Of course it can. It wouldn't be fair if they had an unfair advantage, right? So we have to give them multiple unfair advantages. What's the phrase? 2 wrongs absolutely make a right? I think that's how it goes. 20 lefts make a right.
Yep.
I don't know why I threw those forward. If he's dicking around because I know he can catch up to him. Put a red shell, that'd be nice. Alright, that'll work too. No, you fat fuck, whoever that was, I'll kill you.
Oh, he just got his shit wrecked. Oh, that's great.
Yep. That has not stopped a red shell in the past, though.
I mean, that's right.
I'm still getting people with that shell.
I'm sure.
I just got 7th place with it. That was an unfortunate place for that banana peel. I mean, it's lap 2, so I wouldn't worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
Slash it. Jeez, that shell hit me so hard, not only could I not drift, I actually couldn't steer. I just, like, went straight. I'm like, hello? Good thing I'm already at the finish line, practically. Alright, Yoshi Circuit. Nope. Oh well.
I would have been astounded.
That would actually been really impressive. Would have been at that point that I would have lost every single Yu-Gi-Oh game I was playing on the DS version of what I've got for my emulator and work for the rest of the night.
Only believe in the heart of the cards so many times before it starts feeling.
Oh please, I never believed in the heart of the cards.
The heart of the cards is really just no blood.
Yeah. See, I get the opposite version. Like, there was one where I kept drawing. All I needed was a monster card. Like, all I literally had to do was attack with something over 1,000 points, and I would have won the game. And it took me 11 draws to get a monster card. And afterwards, I was like, maybe I just have too many spells, traps, and monsters I have to sacrifice in my deck. How many did I have of those combined? 11.
Oh my god.
Yep, whoever put this deck together for this, like, the actual quote-unquote player needs to shuffle their cards better. Look at all those bananas. What is?
All those bananas.
Oh. They might be gone by the time we get back there again, I don't know. Maybe somebody will crash into it. I figure there's 6 other teams, it's possible. Well, some of them are still there.
I got cocky when I got the golden mushroom.
I know, that was why I put that there where I did. I was like, yeah, gold mushroom in second, that seems a bit unfair.
It really does.
Like, I get mine all the time, but they don't increase my speed.
Well, I feel like I've been okay. I'm gonna laugh at me, but I feel like I've been getting a lot of mushrooms for items. Because I mean, I know it is my special and all, but I've been getting a lot of like singular mushrooms and then
Yeah,
triple mushrooms.
your characters affect that too.
But I feel like I've been getting it more than I usually do with this set of characters.
Because I know it's more likely for the Mario Bros. And for the Toads, so it would make sense you were getting more of those than, like, say, shells or bananas or something else.
Well, usually I get just a ton of bananas, and then a ton of
Oh, it knocked my shell in the lava. Damn it, Pete. Here, have a bomb. You have to admit, that was a good throw. And I celebrated by killing myself because I was too busy laughing.
Rip. Oh, I'm so mad. The game is actively conspiring against me to make sure that I cannot get through 3 minutes. That was like up until you threw that on. That was the best lap I have ever had at this up to this point. So naturally the game's like, you need to stop now.
We do not tolerate this kind of improvement of progress and behavior out of this institution.
There.
Yeah, been having that problem a couple times. Everyone's getting bad laps.
Don't F with me right now. Ugh.
Aw, damn. That messed that one up. To the ether! Aw, you fucker. Yeah, I'll have to settle for 306. Oh sure, give second a red shell after first has already crossed the line, but third when they could possibly get second out? Nope, green for you.
Absolutely not. Look at that, exactly 1 minute.
Yeah, I had a chance at under it whenever I got my... Because I had 105 and then I had 58, but it was like 58 almost right on the nose. So it's like, if I do another lap just slightly faster, I could probably barely squeak out under 3 minutes.
So just with a lightning bolt.
Yeah. The lightning bolt screwed me over.
That blue shell.
So what do we have left? Dry Desert, DK Mountain, Yoshi Circuit. That's about it.
Boy.
Hey, look, a target. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you with that. That was intentional, though. Warriors.
Stopped me. Dead in my tracks. Oh my god.
I just like look over and War is just in midair. Like, okay, what's going on over here?
I tried so hard to avoid that.
You did. I like how the song didn't even go into like a lighter tune. It just like completely cut out.
It was like, no, don't sing, no. Surprise, bitch. That's what you saw the last week.
Oh, the blue shells? No, I definitely never thought that.
No.
Not even for a split second did I think that.
No, the rando that has a star that it doesn't alert you to, even though there's an alert that's supposed to show up.
Yeah, sure is. Or the tone that plays.
There's several ways in which it is supposed to alert you. I got none of the above.
At least you didn't get hit by that, because that would have definitely knocked you in fourth.
Oh yeah, that would have sucked.
Because after I saw it, I was like, I hope they haven't crossed the line yet.
No. Well, if they'd been just a couple seconds slower, I might have been able to pass them too.
Yeah.
They just barely made it.
Yeah, it is just those three.
I love how on like, the victory thing that the AI, whenever the AI takes over from you from driving, whenever you complete the course, they immediately just like decrease like, the quality of your driving.
Right?
And then just immediately start running into everything.
A car, what's that? Wham. A bus, ooh, that looks pretty.
Oh yeah. Missed.
The classic son hold the wheel while I get another beer. I thought I heard a star.
Who knows anymore?
Yeah.
Not the game. That's for sure. Oh god. Me. Okay, let's try this. Yes.
Who the hell is into Civil War history anyway, other than old white guys? Leads sheepishly and slowly raise his hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. I made it across the other bridges on Dino. Therefore, I am incapable of successfully making it across this bridge.
Yeah, unfortunately the law of symmetry does apply to that. Between the 6 bridges you're allowed to collectively cross successfully 3 times.
Yeah.
They can be distributed however you like, but it will go down that way and no other way.
No, I think it's not there.
No,
That would be really nice.
no. Yeah, you did it. Every single time. Oh.
That was kind of worth getting in second.
Yeah.
Knowing that.
That was kind of great. I wonder if he actually like knocked them off completely. That would have been even
I
better.
did. Oh man. They deserved it.
They 100% deserved it. Plus, it was
It was Yoshi and Peach. Of course, they deserved it.
the 2 most hated characters in all the franchise, at least for me. He says as he's driving with Baby Bowser.
Yeah.
Or Bowser Jr., sorry, that is technically a different character.
Now that I'm no longer playing, it's so obnoxious.
Yeah, just a little. I mean, it depends on if you want the egg or the fireball, really. I feel like the AI is not as good with the fireball, but then again, the egg is homing, and the fireballs aren't. I feel like we're overdue for a lightning bolt. Too quiet. Nothing. Alright. Well then, moving on. Really expecting something. A shot. He did a wheelie. Or a donut, rather. We've saved the worst for last, other than Rainbow Road. At least it wasn't back-to-back with Mario Circuit. Hey, sniping with fake item blocks is my thing. Both of them got sucked up by the tornado.
Perfect.
Their service is no longer needed. I think I just threw that over your car.
You did.
Nice.
I am so impressed that that actually hit.
Well, yeah, because you tracked it, I assume.
Yeah, that was intentional.
You do know what tracking is, right?
Nope.
Where you intentionally throw something not at where someone is, but where you think they're gonna go.
I was throwing it where I was.
I was gonna give you a tiny bit of credit, but if you want to take it away from yourself, by all means.
I'm still working on it. I don't know, my belief in my skill about my aim has been severely damaged by that stupid bow and arrow game. I would give myself more credit if I had to show just how awful I was. I went right through my screen and I'm not sure how it did.
And got the person behind you, that was the important thing. Just avoid that. Nothing like a little bit of panic right at the end.
Yeah.
Gotta go fast.
You. Oh my god.
Time for the road of rainbows.
Alright, let's see how this goes.
I'm gonna guess at least one of us is gonna get knocked off midair, like, immediately.
Exactly.
Because that's usually what happens.
Oh no. Oh god. Okay. Oh god.
You didn't want to see what was happening, did you?
No.
Ooh, a target! Hey, Wario! Ah, damn it, I was too busy trying to kill Wario. That's what I get for having fun. I didn't want that. It's a siren. It's a siren. Hey Wario, how's it going?
How's it going?
Happy birthday!
Ah, I thought that with the stupid boost pads I would get past it.
Happy birthday!
Merry Christmas.
Both of those events are very far away from now. In either direction, mind you. Nice tag.
That's gonna get tagged back.
I don't know what would possibly make you think that.
No, that was just repeating.
Yeah, it was. I knew he was going up the left side, so I threw it so it would end up on the left.
Thank you.
As funny as it would be to just watch your car slowly descend while you're going, no! No! I was wondering when one of those was going to show up. Nice.
I'll buy it. Your tracks are nice. Okay. Nice try, man.
Oh, somebody just got hit by that shell. I was hoping you'd bump him because you would have knocked him. Maybe not off the map, but
Ow.
yeah. That must have been a PD trap because I wasn't there when I went through that section, and the only other person that was ahead of you, you would have seen him drop it. Haha! No 100 points for him though. And not surprisingly, Wario did not outperform PD. Mr. Explosivo over there. Which one's the Piantas or the Nokis? Yeah, that narrows it down. Oh yeah, the Piantas. You could tell they really liked Mario Sunshine back in the day.
Yeah.
That must have been a lot of people that worked on the game, and based on how it controlled back then, not a single one played it. Not a lone man.
Oh man. And then just exactly at 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Ugh, I'd rather just do another round of that than go to work. I can't even take time off because the portal's closed right now. It's down for maintenance.
Ew.
Just have to wait for them to eventually fix it.
So is everything at work just engaging
Yes.
Trash fire?
Always.
Of course. What else could it ever be?
It wouldn't be funny unless that was the case. Everyone's like, holy shit, that Bowser shell, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess to be fair, I don't show off the destructive capability of that thing enough. I'll go right Jash. Prediction result is no, so whatever Josh did, he did it poorly. Have fun causing Josh problems, everybody. Do it for me.